walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for another episode of Transfer Talk. I was about to say Transfer Deadline Day, because I've been prepping that, as you'll see on our YouTube channel. Deadline Day is approaching. We are into our final week of transfers. The transfer window slams shut this time next week. We will be live for, as we were in the summer, 8 hours of deadline day. So I'm really excited about what could happen. And we have got an awful lot to get into. We're going to be talking United. They're quite busy. We're going to be talking Spurs and Arsenal as well, because that top four fight, that's up for anyone. Anyone can have that top four fight. And I think those two could be quite important in terms of what happens and who gets top four as well. But before we get into that, also hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. Make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss when we go live or upload a video. Big up to Mustafa, just made a video of McWanker being shit. Big up to Martial. What day is deadline day? It is Monday. It's a week today, I believe. Let me just check on the calendar, but I'm pretty sure it's a week today. We are literally a week away. It is 1 week till deadline day, and we'll be live from 2:30 till 6:30. I'll go away for dinner quickly. Back here for 7 till, till whenever. It could be, I think we lasted about 30 minutes after the last one, but I was shattered. I was dead by the end of it. So annoying. I'll be at school. Well, you'll be at school for a bit of it, but of course, don't forget you have got the evening bit. And we'll be live for all of it. We'll be live during the day and in the evening going through everything. But what are we going to talk about today? Well, we've got about 7 subjects to talk about. It's going to be quite a wide range of things we're talking. We're talking Lingard and the potential of him going to Newcastle, but also to France. Ahmad, we're going to talk about Ahmad. We're also going to talk about Kamara and Zakaria. I'm talking about them too. Vlahovic to Arsenal. We're going to talk about that as well. Followed by Adama Traore to Spurs. Lampty. Was quite an interesting one about Lampty, actually, and one that will worry Kean quite a bit. And, of course, the new manager at United. But let's start with Jesse Lingard. There is a growing confidence Jesse Lingard will arrive at Newcastle United this week, even though United are yet to formally accept their bid. The bid, though, is the weird bit. The bid is, in fact, a £10 million loan fee. £10 million loan fee to loan Lingard for the rest of the season. This just screams of Newcastle have a lot more money than sense at the moment. And of course, as time goes on, that will change. They will get in the right people. They will, of course, get in the right processes. But right now, £10 million to loan Jesse Lingard for the rest of the season is absolute, it's balmy. Balmy at best. I mean, it confuses me. I mean, literally, £10 million to get Lingard for the rest of the season on loan. It's not even committed you're going to get him for next season. I mean, of course, Lingard wants to be a free agent this summer. He wants that ability to go, I can get lots of money this summer. I mean, £10 million. as I said, more money than sense at Newcastle. Not necessarily a bad thing, but as I say, over time, they will get in the right processes. They'll also have the right players. Right now, it's just about staying in the Premier League. And with the way Norwich are going at the moment, they're on the high. Watford have just sacked Ranieri. Kenny called it, although Kenny's been calling it for like the last week or two. Well, actually, since he got in. Yeah, the fight down the bottom is really a difficult one, and it is one that it's an interesting one. Big up to Harry Maguire, who's apparently watching. Big up, Harry. You had a good week. You had a good week this week, apparently. Of course, I know that's not the real Harry Maguire, but Lingard is currently in Dubai, though. He's in Dubai for warm weather training. I'll give my thoughts on this crap tomorrow, don't worry. But sources have talked about the prospects of Lingard joining up with Newcastle in Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia. Again, shocker that they are going to be looking, or they're having their warm weather in Saudi Arabia. Shocker, I know. There's no confirmation at this stage that he will do so, or will be able to do so. Obviously, you'd presume quarantine, and I don't know what rules there are in Saudi Arabia. Obviously, he's in Dubai at the moment. All sorts. There's all sorts that could happen. He could just continue his warm weather training by himself in Dubai and then join up with the squad when they all get back into the UK. But yeah, it does look increasingly likely that he may be joining Newcastle. Also, not true. Nice name. I mean, come on. If you're gonna have to do much better than that. I mean, really. Big up to Max as well. I am all good. All good. I hope you are as well. But Lingard, as I say, to Newcastle is such a strange one in terms of. Actually, it's not strange. It's sort of the fee around it is strange. The fee around it is strange because £10 million to loan him for the rest of the season that's stupid money. I think that's what United. I think United want £7 million for Martial to go on loan. It's like, well, no one's paying £7 million just to loan him. No one will. People wouldn't even pay £10 million to buy Jesse Lingard right now. Let alone that. Big up Tyler, and big up to Ravi, who says big up now. Would Newcastle really be a good fit? I think it would be in terms of on loan. For Lingard, it's a win-win situation if he goes there on loan, doesn't it? It certainly is a win-win because at the end of the day, he gets play time, he can put himself back into the market, and he's not, he's earning his wages and he gets to play football. A loan deal would be particularly good for Lingard because at the end of the day, he's not contracted to stay to Newcastle past the summer. He then still has the summer to do whatever he wants, go to Tottenham, go to West Ham, go to wherever. He'll be able to still get his increased wages in the summer because no one's had to buy him. So really, it does make a complete lot of sense for this deal. I just think the money from Newcastle is absolutely outrageous. The money from Newcastle is absolutely, well, it's something. It's something. Max says, I might start Tigers talk. Yeah, I'll get all of that done. I've actually got a quieter week, obviously, of the lack of Premier League this week. As I say, I'll give my thoughts on that tomorrow. So because of that, I'm going to have more time to do some things. I was planning my deadline day today. But other than that, I am free. But that's basically on Lingard. The other bit was Nice are interested in Jesse Lingard. He particularly appeals to the manager. Financially, it's a complicated deal, but it's not impossible. So do bear that one in mind. Because he could go there. That is from Santi Ayona. So just bear that in mind. Newcastle are favourites. Obviously, I don't know if staying in England is preferable to Lingard. But apparently Nice are interested. I could see Nice doing it if United were to be like, actually, I can't see Nice doing it because at the end of the day, Newcastle offering £10 million loan fee. Now, I can't see United turning down a £10 million loan fee when you're going to get nothing for him in the summer anyway. You might as well try and recoup something. I'm sure Newcastle will be covering all of his wages whilst he's there as well. So that does make more sense for United to accept that one, because you're not having to pay his wages and you've essentially got 10 million for him. So you've sold him essentially for 10 million for the rest of the season, then he'll just go for free. So it does make more sense for Newcastle to get him. I can't see United being like, well, I know Newcastle just offered 10 million, but Nice want him and they're willing to pay, I don't know, 3-4 million to take him out on loan, and they're willing to pay 70% of his wages. United will look at that and go, financially, just fuck off to Newcastle. That is essentially what they would say. I can't imagine United would be like, yeah, go on, we'll still chuck you 30-40%. We'll take less money. You can go out on loan, have a little holiday in France, and then you can fuck off in the summer. United will be like, no, Jesse, if you want to go and you want game time, you can go to Newcastle. They're going to pay all your wages. We're getting 10 million for you. Off your trot, mate. So that is essentially what I think are the two possibilities. But I don't think Nice will get him, because if Newcastle already offering 10 million plus pay all of his wages, United will be looking at that on a financial sense and going, off your trot, Jesse. Go on then, lad. We're not going to use you because Pogba's back. Pogba's back. You've still got Donny. I mean, where does Lingard fit in? Elanga's coming in. Rashford's playing somewhat well. You've got Greenwood. You've got Sancho. Where does Jesse fit in? He's not getting in over Bruno, and you don't even play with a 10 anymore. You've moved to a 4-3-3. So I don't know where Jesse fits in. I really don't get where Jesse fits in. Lingard to Newcastle is strange for me, but a good move. As not much game time for United. It was brilliant at West Ham. It's not strange at all. The only strange thing about this deal is the money, because the money is just so mad. The money is absolutely ridiculous. £10 million just to loan him is a ridiculous fee. That's the only strange bit. I think the rest of it makes sense. He goes out on loan. If he keeps Newcastle up, absolutely smashing. It's really one of them. If he keeps them up smashing, if they go down, one man can't save them. So it's one of them. He will end up like the English Coutinho. I mean, that's just disrespectful to Coutinho, to be honest. I mean, Lingard was great for West Ham, but honestly, apart from a couple of goals, one in a cup final, FA Cup final, and dancing at the Emirates, what has Lingard theoretically done at United? Not an awful lot. I mean, it's a lot of hype. I commend him on all of his clothing brands, because that's really made him this whole play. He's a bang average player at best. Bang average. United is nowhere near his level. Big up to Rover, Forever Rovers. Big up, Niall. How was your day? It was all good, thank you. All good. Any Kamara news? Yes, I'll talk about that straight after Ahmad. Marvin says, Argyle's dipping form shows how much of a good manager Lowe is. And how poor Schumacher is. Simon Allett has got this all wrong. Bollocks, mate. Absolute bollocks. The poor run of form actually was started by Ryan Lowe. Remember, Charlton lost, Wigan lost. The run of form was started by Ryan Lowe. So don't give me that crap. I mean, give Schumacher time, but also he's had the tough one that Lowe was going to have to do. He's had to go to MK. He's got a point. He had to go to Sunderland. Lost. Yes, we should have beaten Lincoln, but they've just signed a new player as well. Ultimately, we need to back Schumacher. We need to get him what he needs. We need a striker. We created the chances. It wasn't Schumacher's fault that our strikers were so incompetent that none of them worked out what the back of the net looked like. Only Jeff got once. I mean, created 23 chances, 8 of which were on target. I mean, when you're doing that, the manager is not the problem. Clearly, these strikers need to learn where the back of the net is. And that is also symbolic for Ryan Lowe as well. Same under Ryan Lowe. Created a lot of chances, never really put them in. We haven't got a clinical goal scorer. Hardy, his form has, boom, plummeted. Absolute plummeted. So we need to find a striker that's on form. Maybe this Irish guy might be it. Should Spurs take him, United would not, maybe on free in the summer, but United are not going to loan him to Spurs, not going to loan him to West Ham. One simple reason, both are direct rivals at the moment. Tyler says, I met Ty from AFTV the other day, got a picture, nice. Newcastle United paying 10 million to loan him, bloody outrageous that. It is bloody outrageous. It is absolutely shocking because, as I say, from Graham Bailey, Newcastle United have offered 10 million to United to loan Jesse Lingard for the rest of the season. £10 million. Absolute barbaric. It is barbaric for sure. I mean, like Coutinho will loan after loan after loan. No, he'll go out on loan now. So he went out to West Ham on loan. He'll most likely go out on loan this time. Then he'll go to a permanent club. That's the way it'll go for him. That is the way it will go. He'll find a permanent club this summer. But I don't think he'll be United. I think that is stretch of the imagination. But I think he will. I think he will find a new club and a permanent club this summer. Ahmad, the expectation, this from Fabrizio, the expectation is still for Ahmad to leave United on loan in the final days of the transfer window. United still open to the loan move. Last week, I think we spoke about Birmingham and Derby both wanting Ahmad. Derby's predicament financially has got even worse. Now, unless there are a vast improvement on unless there's a vast improvement on the finances at Derby County within the next week, which could only be done by a takeover. I can't see Derby getting Ahmad. We know that Wayne Mooney's doing a very good job at Derby, but the finances, if they can't sign any players, then they're not going to be able to get Ahmad. I can imagine United will want to help Wayne Mooney because they'll want to keep that relationship very harmonious. Just in case, of course, he went to Everton or whatever, he progressed in his career, became a very good manager, maybe come back to United as a manager, or there might be a time where United look at, I don't know, I'm just using this as an example, Ben Godfrey, and go, well, we really like Ben Godfrey. Maybe not mates deals, but it'll be a lot easier if the manager likes you. So I think, United would be very happy, and also it would help Ahmad paying for a manager that is doing well in very difficult circumstances. Someone like Ahmad would massively help Derby, but the finances of Derby need to be improved before this even happens. And Ahmad wants to stay in the UK. So I think, the options are limited. But Fabrizio says, keep your eyes on this one. United are keen for it. I'm surprised not many championship clubs are looking at Ahmad. I really am surprised. Because I think there is a fantastic little player in there. If Argyle played with wingers, I'd certainly be like, go on, Argyle, chuck in a cheeky, half a season loan deal because there's nothing to lose. But Ahmad, do keep your eyes on that one. Although options are limited, and with Derby's financial issues, it looks like they might not be able to get him. I know what you mean. He's average. He is bang average. Everton or Brentford might take Lingard. No, I think he can get like a decent club, but I think a Spurs, I think a West Ham, I think they would both take him within a heartbeat, but not on loan because United won't let it. That's the very simple bit, really. They would take him. I think Everton and Brentford would. I think he can do much better than that. I think a Spurs, a West Ham would absolutely take Jesse Lingard. The issue is they've just got to wait till summer when they can get him for free because United are simply just not going to. They're not going to strengthen Spurs or West Ham because that's more competition. If Spurs can stay where they are in terms of competition, United would be very happy of that. If West Ham can stay where they are in terms of competition, United would be very happy of that. So not going to strengthen Spurs or West Ham, but I can see Spurs or West Ham maybe picking them up in the summer. Or he keeps Newcastle up and is getting a shit ton of money there and Newcastle sort of just buy him. Or not buy him, but get him for free and just trump whatever Spurs and that do in the transfer window. Big up, mate. Hope you're well. I am all good. Thank you. Ranieri being sacked, pretending to be shocked. I know. I sort of a notification came up on my phone. I was like, shocker, really. Absolute shocker. But let's talk about Kamara, because Mustafa getting quite impatient. Boubacar Kamara wants to stay at Marseille until the summer and leave as a free agent with the ability to choose his favoured destination. There are no negotiations between United and Marseille for Kamara. His priority is to stay until the end of the season and leave as a free agent. So Kamara, no go. United will not sign Kamara this January. Maybe in the summer they can get a Kamara, but certainly in terms of this window, I can't see them. Well, Romano's basically all but confirmed it. He's all but confirmed, not happening. No way. Done deal. He's staying until the end of the season, then he'll choose where he wants to go. So, yeah, Kamara staying at Marseille, nothing to really go on about that, really. Can I see United getting him in the summer? Not really, because I think United's favoured choices are going to be other players. I think a De Jong might be one. A Declan Rice might be one. I can see, if United get Champions League, I can see them buying a big, high-profile DM. That's what I can see, because, they're going to want the fans on their side, especially with the new manager. Now, that could depend on many things, on what one they go. If they go for Ten Hag, he might suggest a De Jong for sure. Maybe not absolutely, but he might say, well, Frankie De Jong, I worked with him at Ajax. He's very good. I didn't want him sold anyway, but obviously, who could turn down Barcelona at that time? If they go for a Poch, they may say, well, he may go, I quite like the look of a Declan Rice. I'm just saying these names, they're not guaranteed. Or, they may go for a Kamara, or another option, Hidara. There's lots of options that will come for free. But I can see United going for a high-profile central midfielder. They've gone sort of high-profile everywhere else. I think they can do that if Ragnick's not in charge of transfers. But if Ragnick's got a very big say in that, then, I think maybe he might have some other options, maybe in the Bundesliga. But Kamara to United in January is not going to happen. Paul says, hi, Niall. Big up to Paul. No, who's that? Chris Kamara. No, Boubacar Kamara plays for Marseille. If we get Kamara and Ten Hag, who's stopping us from winning the quadruple? Lots of teams, because Ronaldo's still past it. You still need a backup right back. And on that left-hand side, are you good enough on that left-hand side also? I think you need more than just one midfielder. I think United need at least two midfielders, if not three. Because don't forget, Lingard's going, Pogba's going. Fred and McTominay are not good enough. Matic will be gone. Mata will be gone. So you're going to need more than just one midfielder. Because right now, you've got a midfield of let's say, the three. You've got McTominay, Fred, and Bruno. If Ten Hag comes in, that might be, let's say, McTominay, Donny, Bruno. But you're still going to need at least another DM, if not two. So that's the way I can see it. You're going to need a backup. And you've also got Ghana. So, yeah. Is Ten Hag really that good? I think, when you're getting to a Champions League semi-final and you're almost there to the final, a minute earlier you were in the final of the Champions League with Ajax. Yeah, I can probably say you're very good. He was the one who stopped the 5-year rot for Ajax winning the Dutch league. So yeah, I think Ten Hag really is that good. It just depends on if he's ready to make the step up, because that they are a good one. He is good, but step in there. It's about the step up. I trust in Laird. I don't. These two, I don't think he's ready yet. I talk about this a lot for a lot of players, and we've seen it with Ahmad. I don't think Laird is ready. He was on loan at MK Dons last season, did a very good job. Went to Swansea this year, did a very good job. Went to Bournemouth. I think his next loan has to be bottom Liga Premier League, or as right back, because, you know, can you trust in Laird to be playing for Manchester United? That's the question. It's not just, you know, he's going to play for Palace or he's going to play for Brighton. He's going to Manchester United. There's a big difference between Manchester United and Brighton, especially where the clubs want to be. So I don't think Laird is ready yet. I think somewhere, maybe a Brighton, maybe you could do a deal where you send Laird on a 2-year loan to Brighton in return of buying Lamptey. I'm just saying that as an idea, but I don't think Laird's ready yet. Niall, I know who you were talking about. I was taking the mic. Big up, Bradley. Big up, Bradley. Does anyone actually Ten Hag to know he is good? I've read a lot about Ten Hag. He is that good, I'd say. We need a left back CDM and a creative winger. Well, you got Sancho, maybe someone on the left hand side. But again, all very much depends on your next manager. Who did they beat to now to get to semis? Paul, Juventus and Real Madrid. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad for a team like Ajax. United will be better off when the likes of CR7 and Cavani and the older crew move on. I agree with the Ronaldo and Cavani. I think I love Cavani, but I do think in terms of prepared for the future, he's not that, is he? He's leaving in the summer as well. I do think United need to be moving Greenwood to striker, because ultimately that's where I think he'll end up. But I do agree. The likes, when you start bringing through the youngsters of Greenwood, Sancho, even Rashford to a degree, Garner, I think the prospect of United improving, being ready for the future, is going to be there. I think whilst you're hanging on to the likes of Ronaldo, Cavani, Matic, you know, I do think that there is a bit that is being taken away by United, and they're not being prepared enough. Thanks, Mustafa. Good idea that now sending Laird to Brighton. I just think if Lamptey goes, I think Laird would do a fantastic job at Brighton, whether Potter be there or not. I think Potter is absolutely fantastic as well. But I think Laird to Brighton, if they lose Lamptey, send him on a 2-year loan, and he'll learn a lot in those 2 years. He's only he's still early 20s, if not late teenager. He'll learn an awful lot at Brighton, so it'll be huge for him, and it's in the Prem. It's in the Prem learning. I think, you know, Brighton would be a good idea. I do not have a Ronaldo agenda. He is poo. I don't love Ronaldo now. Big up to DC as well. But moving on, Dennis Zakaria to United. This one is a bit more likely, although not completely. So, Zakaria, Bayern Munich, Dortmund are pushing. United had talks with agents but have not submitted any proposal. Liverpool won't sign him in January. The Premier League move seems unlikely. Right, so this is all from, I think I got it from Fabrizio. Basically, Dortmund and Munich want him. United have had talks with the agents, but no proposals have been submitted. Liverpool, of course, are not signing anyone in January. For this one, I think this one's more likely than Kamara, because I think Zakaria is going to be a bit more cheaper, and he's open to the move. He's open to leaving. He is open to come into the Prem. So in terms of getting that bit over the line, I think that's more likely. But in terms of Kamara, I can't see it. But Zakaria, I can. It's going to be less difficult. But the issue is Juventus are very good at getting free or very cheap players. We've seen that in the past. Mönchengladbach wants 7 million euros, which is the equivalent of £6 million, to sell him in January, which I'm still confused as to why United are not doing it yet. So I think when you look at all of that, I think Zakaria is one to keep your eyes on. There's no guarantee that this will happen, but keep your eyes on it, because I do think this one is more likely from what I've read, and just from the price of things, it does scream United cheap deal for January, saving the money for the summer. It's exactly a type of deal that I could see Rangnick being given, because don't forget, Rangnick wants it to fit him and the next manager, which is going to be very difficult considering you don't even know who the next manager is. So that's where the difficulties lie. You're sort of buying for Rangnick, but you're also buying for an invisible man. You do not know how. You can have a profile. So let's just play Ten Hag, Pochettino, Enrique, right? All three of them play a similar style of football, but all very different in how they do it. You're having to buy for all of them. You're having to buy one player who fits for all of them, which I can understand that in terms of United thinking that far. What I can't understand is if you're not getting Champions League, the profile player you're going to be buying for your next manager is not going to be there. Now, Zakaria does improve that midfield. He's better than Fred, better than McTominay. I would say do it, but I'm not in charge of United's money. It's an interesting one. DC says, why did you say on Insta you learn a lot about people over time? Because you do. It is a true statement. All will be explained, I'm sure, in the future. CR7 is almost gone at the moment. He's not performing at his best. I mean, I think we can all agree he wasn't going to be the same as 2008 or whenever, but we shall see. I agree. A lot of people are going to scream and go, but he hasn't had service. And whilst that is true, sometimes you have to make your own service. Sometimes you have to make that intelligent run. Maybe sometimes you do have to stay out front and not drop deep. These are all the sorts of things that I think United and Ronaldo aren't doing. He's coming too deep, which is a criticism I've had for Harry Kane before. So I can't just be I've got Ronaldo agenda. I said it about Kane. I didn't like it during the Euros when Kane did it. I don't like it when he does it for England. He's dropping too deep. Therefore, he's adding another body in midfield and there's no one there forward. Now, when Bruno starts making these passes forward, I understand Ronaldo's frustrated because he hasn't had the ball. He's got to stay out front. He's got to give an option. He's got to be moving around, but move it up front. Go to the right, go to the left, interlink with Greenwood or Rashford or whoever. But stay up front, but give some options. He's not giving those options at the moment. And I do agree. I do think his time has gone. And also, I think he's taken away the team cohesion away from the team. I think, Buffon said it. And if you're not going to listen to me, you'll probably listen to Buffon. Said that Juventus played better as a team before Ronaldo was there. And after Ronaldo was gone, Ronaldo took away that team aspect. And I can completely believe that coming from Buffon. A legend of the game. So it's a tough one for Ronaldo. Moving on to Vlahovic. I think that's how you pronounce it. But Vlahovic to Arsenal, very unlikely. Arteta said the market is difficult. It's complicated. New signings, yes, we are certainly trying. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but let's see. And then he went on about Aubameyang. Don't know if he'll be back in training with the team. I don't know. We'll see. He's been very quiet on Aubameyang. I think Aubameyang is pretty much a lost cause at Arsenal now. I think he'll go. But I don't think Vlahovic is coming because I also read this was part of Fabrizio's sort of column. Arsenal have been trying since October to convince Dusan because Fiorentina are open to the negotiations to sell the Serbian striker immediately. The problem is not between the clubs, but with Vlahovic and his agent, who so far have not given answers about the move as early as January, making it clear that a departure in the summer is more likely. So Arsenal, I don't think will get Vlahovic, which makes Arsenal very weak because I think Arsenal have almost got every sort of hole sort of fixed in a way. I think, another central midfielder would do them well and another DM, or especially a DM. I think when you've got Smith Rowe and you've got Odegaard, but they're lacking someone to put the ball in the back of the net. If they're not going to get that this January and they're going to have to wait till summer, you're relying on Eddie and Kitty and Lacazette to get your goals. I think that weakens Arsenal in a way. If they get Vlahovic, I think Arsenal are right up there for a chance of getting top four. If they don't, I think they'll get Europa League. I said all along that I think they were in a false position when they were in top four or when they were around top four, and people laughed and Arsenal fans got gassed as they normally do. And that is essentially the bit there. Reliable breaking news on Lingard. Is that? Let me just double check because fuck you now. God knows what's happened now, but Newcastle are confident of signing Lingard in the next 48 hours. It will be a loan move. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that is from Ben Jacobs, who is CBS Sport. So, okay, interesting one. That's fair. Jesus Christ, even Vlahovic don't want to join Arsenal. Well, I don't know why we're talking about Vlahovic. Like, even he won't join you. He's a very good, promising young player. Ranieri being sacked, Arsenal might finish eighth again, 2 points off now. Ronaldo ain't getting supplied. That's the problem. I've just rewind about 5-10 minutes ago. I spoke about that. I understand that sometimes you got to make your own service, or at least be, just rewind a little bit. And I spoke about it already. Kenny, I bodied Wanker in my video. Check it out. Oh, Lord. But in terms of the top of the table, let's just quickly look at it. I didn't plan to. But as you can see, United are currently in fourth, but they've all won the same amount of games. Now, obviously, West Ham, United have got a game in hand over West Ham, but Arsenal have got a game in hand over United. If they win that, they go above them by a point. And Spurs have got a game in hand, 2 games in hand over United. And if they win both them games, they're even if they win the one. But do you want to know the best bit is? What the game that Arsenal got in hand over United, and one of the games that Spurs have got in hand over United is the North London derby. So one of them will drop points. If not, it'll be a draw, which means they both drop points. So that is by no stretch finished, but there's still a lot to go about it. It's going to be an interesting time watching that all work itself out, essentially. Kenny, I've already done that. We need to sign Mike. Never heard of him. Arsenal's games in hand are Wolves and Spurs. We've only got the one game in hand. Don't forget, you've still got to play Brighton. Is it Brighton? I'm not worried about Arsenal anymore. Okie dokie. Kenny's just written Arsenal off completely. But Vlahovic to Arsenal does look unlikely. Let me just grab a bit more tea. Nearly got you. You're too switched on now. I am. I especially if you're trying to, especially if it's a player and I've never heard of them before. Like, look, I think I don't pretend to know everything, but I do know most players in and around the top clubs. If we're not talking about them, it's definitely, especially English ones. And if you've got a name called Mike, it's certainly going to be an English one. Yes, Niall, I am. Arsenal are bad. Big up to DJ Sav, big up Niall. Hope you're well, mate. I am all good. I hope you're well as well. But talking of Spurs, that's how I wanted to talk about Arsenal, and I wanted to talk about United, and I wanted to talk about Spurs as well. Spurs are prepared to push on for Adama Traore starting from today. Talks will restart with Wolves to enter into final details and reach the agreement. Club are confident of completing the new signing. No talks to include Gini Wijnaldum into Ndombele's loan deal as of now. I think, would Gini Wijnaldum help Spurs at this predicament? I'm not so sure. I think some Liverpool fans last season were sort of having a go at Gini Wijnaldum. I'm not sure if he's the right player in. Adama Traore, he's just a bit of pace, and he may suit Conte playing on the right, or I don't know. Can he play left wing back? I've always sort of thought of him as a right wing or right wing back. I can't imagine Conte's playing in right wing. If he is, then you're going to have the same problem that Wolves have got, which is he can run at teams, absolutely. His final ball is an absolute pile of crap. So it really depends. I can see him maybe playing right wing back, but you've got Emerson Royale. I don't really understand the Adama sort of deal. I think he would. I think Conte would love Adama Traore. I'm just struggling to think where he plays. Presume it'll be right wing back, but then what you do with Emerson Royale, I have absolutely no idea. I suppose could you play him as an inverted wing back on the left? I'm not sure. It's a strange one. If Spurs get him, I don't see that as a signing that should terrify teams. I think Wolves have got like Trincao, they've got Pedro Neto coming back. They've got is it Juan Lee Chan, I think, or is it South Korean lad? Cannot remember his name. I know it's Hwang. I think they've got all of these players. I don't think they've even used Adama, to be fair. I think when they have, he's come off the bench. I don't rate Adama Traore. I think he is useless in a way. I think, yes, great if you want someone to run, but his final ball is absolutely atrocious. Which is why I think Wolves, if they can get a good amount of money for Adama Traore, I think they'll be quite happy. I can't see Wolves being upset about losing Adama Traore, which always is the one. Always, when I look at a transfer, the bit that I always look at is how upset are the losing team to losing him. Now, they're not going to show that obviously publicly, but you can sort of tell if they've been quite an important part of the team. Adama Traore, for me, has been moving down the pecking order at Wolves for some time now. I can't see Wolves being upset with this, especially if they can get a fair amount of money for Adama Traore, because whilst of course he has the attributes, some attributes you want, I think the important attributes for a winger is not there. And yeah, it's one of them. DJ is back and Kamara in, McTominay out. No, McTominay is good box to box, but I wanted to briefly talk about Tariq Lamptey. Mustafa, the different players. I'll let you two fight. A defensive signing is also under consideration as Eric Bailly and Phil Jones could be sold in the summer. Although Brighton fullback Tariq Lamptey has been linked with Man U, Tottenham's interest is believed to be more concrete. Now, we've obviously spoken just now about the importance of United getting a right back. I think they need a right back. I think they could do with a couple of central midfielders and a striker. For me, that striker should be someone who's going to play back up to Greenwood and let Ronaldo go or whatever. But Tariq Lamptey is the guy that is considered an option for United. But if Tottenham get him, boy, that's another good signing. But you're stacking your right wing back, aren't you? Because you've got Emerson Royale, you've got Adama Traore. Then, if you're going to play Adama as a right wing back, because if you're playing him as a winger, you might as well just save your money and sign Usain Bolt on a free. Is Tariq Lamptey to Spurs even likely? I can't see it personally. I think United could get Tariq Lamptey. I don't think Spurs will, because I mean, you've got Emerson Royale, unless Emerson Royale is leaving. But I mean, yeah, if Spurs get Traore, I wouldn't think they'd get Lamptey. Neither would I, because I can't imagine you playing Traore as a right winger, because you know that essentially is useless because he offers no end product. So I think Lamptey is more of a summer one. I thought I'd just sprinkle it in, but just bear that in mind that, you know, United are looking for a defensive option, but it'll probably be more likely a centre-back, which is strange, but okay. But I also think wing-backs are an issue of United. I think Lamptey or Max Aarons could come in. I think, you know, Luke Shaw, is he good enough? Is he not? We'll see. We'll see what a new manager thinks as well. Tellez, there's still some debate over Tellez. Dallow's done well, but again, is Dallow really a top-class right-back? I don't think so. I don't know. I think there'll be a lot of changes this summer. Well, of course, there's going to be a lot of changes United, but hopefully there is for them, because it'll be, firstly, very hopefully profitable for the channel, because, you know, the more to talk about United, the better, because they've got an awful lot of fans, but also for the United show, because they're getting quite depressed at the moment. We need to, of course, help them out. And talk about that sort of links in with what Ornstein tweeted out earlier, which is the process of appointing a new permanent manager at United will start in the coming weeks. And the likes of Maurizio Pochettino, Eric Ten Hag, Luis Enrique, and Julian Lopetegui will all be considered. I don't think they'll go for Julian. I don't think they'll go for Enrique. I can see us being a straight fight for Pochettino and Eric Ten Hag. That's the fight. That's the fight that I can see happening. I think United probably more leaning to Ten Hag at the moment. Pochettino's not out of the question, but all of that is going to be starting to unravel in the coming weeks, and they hope to hopefully have one announced before the end of the season, which will also be, of course, very helpful. It's your bedtime. I see you here to debate. Lampty, Kamara, Rafinha in. Hopefully, McWanker, Maguire, and Bissaka out. Rafinha. I mean, you're mad. Sure, not good enough. I've said this multiple times, and Tellers should be a squad player. I hear that. I do. I think Shaw is the one that's a debatable one. Tellez, I do think, is a squad player. So I think a left back. I don't know what's going on with United. It's a madness. Now, have you done more stuff on that website you made? The website, www.letstalkpremierleague.co.uk. Most bits have been added by Cop, actually. He's been doing a lot of the reviews for Liverpool. I will try and get more done, but January is a biatch. Kenny, you don't want to argue because you know I am right. Mustafa, stop trying to start a debate. I'm tired. I've had a full day of sick form and tests. Sure, one good season in 8 years. I mean, Mustafa really is going in on Shaw. But guys, we are going to wrap it up there. We'll be back at 9 p.m. for the weekly review show. If you want something to do at 7:15, check out me on Charles Strong TV. I'll be over there at 7:15 with Charles. Don't actually know what the stream is about or anything. Yeah, it's one of them. DJ says, who will be Watford's new manager? I wonder. Now, your thoughts? I mean, haven't they pretty much hired every manager there is? I mean, they're going to have to start reusing them at this rate. I've no idea. I know that Ranieri's been sacked. I don't know who. I don't know. Lampard would be shit. No young, exciting manager is going to look at Watford and take that too much of a risk because of how trigger happy they are. Maybe a European one. I can see one from Europe. Actually, Kenny's probably just hit the nail on the head. I can see them. I could see Big Sam. I could see Watford looking at Big Sam. He's a player that I could see them, a manager. Imagine Redknapp comes back. I mean, Jesus Christ. Big Sam, maybe. What you might as well do is go into a closet and just dust all the cobwebs off and go get Fergie. But yeah, Redknapp. Been and done. Big Sam's been and done, but I don't think it will stop other teams from testing out the process. But no, it's going to have to be, I don't know, could be anyone with Watford, couldn't it? No, I can do an article. Absolutely, I'm always willing to have people write if they want to. But weekly review show 9 o'clock. Me, Paul, and Kenny should be a really good one. So make sure you tune in for that. I'm on Charles Strong TV at 7:15. Make sure you check that out. Please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel, and make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss when we go live. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.